All right, real quick. This is gonna be well, not real quick, but quick enough. It's gonna be a rundown. Uh, like the bad parts of each sign. You understand what I'm saying? And this is gonna be from what I experienced. About these signs. So let's start off with Aries. Aries are some shallow, superficial motherfucking that can't fucking admit truth. Now they have a hard time staying focused. They have a hard time staying focused, and they have a hard time getting getting be getting beyond some superficial shit. Okay, it's like they little kids. No matter, regardless of how financially they're not that financially responsible to be honest with you. That title would go to the Taurus. But the as far as financial, they can blow some fucking money. And it's like they so concerned on how they're perceived that's their weakness. That's their weakness. To how other people perceive them. It's something that I haven't still been able to wrap my head around. But it's not for me to. You understand? So let's go keep going. Taurans, man, they're so practical. They're so practical. It's to a fault. Now, I feel like Taurans lose the ability to connect with people based on the fact that the way that they see the world is from a practical point of view. Now, in the other, it's like, how is that wrong? Like, how is that wrong? It's not wrong at all. But to be versatile and be able to see from all angles, from all sides, would be the key. All right, for the Taurans, you're the earth. Your element is earth. You're ruled by Venus. You're ruled by Vulcan. All right, so you like to materialize from the mind to the third dimension, right here. Okay, just a random card, but it doesn't fit. Okay, so from mind to the third dimension, well then you gotta have some type of imagination. You understand? So to the Taurans, to be not so practical would be more practical. Okay, number 3. Let's talk about Gemini. Now, Gemini is it's two parallels, it's two opposing points of view inside of one body. Now, Gemini, they're the networkers, they're the communicators, they're the ones who are who like to sound intelligent above anything. Geminis also are very concerned with how they're perceived. It's like you don't know whether to feel bad for them or just goddamn lock your windows, close your doors. Because the Gemini kind of reminds me of a Libra, but we're going to stay in order. We're going to stay in order and just go with two parallels. So you kind of are dealing with two people when you deal with a Gemini. And if you would like some good advice, be careful the way you share with the Gemini, because when the other parallel is activated, you might be in a situation where you say, "Damn, I wish I wouldn't have shared so much." But that reminds me of another sign that we'll get to in a little bit later. All right, 4, Cancer. Now, Cancer. Oh man, when it's Cancer time, when it's that time of the Zodiac, it fucking sucks. And you know why? Because it's like you don't feel safe unless you're at home. You got bubble guts. You don't know. You get the gut. You get the goddamn. You get the vibe wrong. Now, see, Cancers are strong until they see a motherfucker ain't playing with them. Now, a Cancer or goddamn talk tough, all that shit till they see what says see it till the first motherfucker draw blood. And then it's a reevaluate this whole motherfucker because the Cancer they like that. You understand? If you had to give them something of good quality, I would say they're good at looking tough, but to the trained eye, not necessarily so much. But the things of the fourth house or home matters, and you know what? They'll be good. They'll be good, beautifying the home. They like working on their house and shit. They like little projects where they're fucking nosy too. They're some nosy motherfuckers. Okay, all right. 5, Leos. Leos are fucking dangerous as well. But on the other hand, once you make a friend with Leo, they say you make a friend for life, which can be true. But if you don't like people to put your shit on blast, for instance, a Leo will say how they helped you, and just they won't be trying to just like put you out there, but it's just everything they do is just like from a standpoint of dun, 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 I am the Leo and I come here to save the world. Maybe not that corny, but they always got to be in the center stage. Now, if you can inflate somebody's ego, don't you? It's easy to work them. You understand what I'm saying? If we're talking about from a confidence or working somebody, if they're still in that ego phase where they can be led, Leos are dangerous and they go from heart to the head. So if they're always anything they're involved in, they're involved with it to a point where it can drain them. It's like to do service, to say you're helping less fortunate people. The Leo will go home at the end of the day and be like, the world is this the world? The world is a terrible place because all these people are poor, and it's just like it's not enough time to help all these people. Wrong, Leo. That's not how you look at that shit. Once you clock out from trying to save the world, you leave that shit right where you left it, and you go about your life. You don't take that shit with you, Leo. All right, that's all we're gonna get on the Leos with that. But let's go to number 6, Virgos. The Virgos are so goddamn particular about how shit has to be that sometimes you just want to grab the pretty little necks and just squeeze them and tell them how much you love them. Okay, so the Virgos, they're also an Earth sign. Good point for a Virgo though. If you have some bread, if you have money, if you're a boss, the Virgos will be good for running your everyday shit, your everyday, meticulous shit, dealing with maybe not dealing with employees, but the everyday meat of the business. Having shit organized, maybe taking phone calls and shit like that. Virgos, from sundown to sunup, that's their world. Because see, their whole motto is pre-organized systems, pre-set up systems, shit that's already in effect. Virgos hit the ground running. You understand what I'm saying? And if you see, like a lot of Virgos I've come across are female, but to meet a male Virgo, You'll meet somebody that can do whatever pre-system they're set up in and also be very shallow. Okay, but also be caught up in the outer appearance and whatnot. Haven't ran across too many male Virgos, but that's the gist of it. Okay, that's the gist of the Virgo. All right, so we're talking about Libras. Now, this is the goody one. The Libra. Careful how close you let these motherfuckers into your life. Because when you have to uphold, when you see both sides, I always tell the Libra, sometimes one side is fucking wrong. Or sometimes both sides have no business being upheld. So you gotta be careful with what you share with the Libra, because that scale shit will start clicking, click, 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 and activate where they just go tell your enemy everything about you, and all of a sudden they're not as close to you as they were. See, the Libras can get inside your mind. The Libras learn by analyzing. They're kind of like the Pisces of air. Okay? And what this is what I mean by that. It's like they learn by analyzing. They'll look at a person, something that they have never seen before, and they'll get inside the mind. And then they'll see what it's like to be this person. They'll be able to be real close to this thing because they're the only thing that can imitate what this person is like. It's like this. It may be relatable, right? So you by nature will say, hey, this motherfucker gets me. This motherfucker gets me. But then all of a sudden, those clicky metal shit start to activate. And then you find out that the reason why the Libra was kind of the Libra was such a good acquaintance and so relatable is because he had an objective. And he was working for a dual. He was working for another side. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to be careful around Libras. If you find out that somebody you're dealing with is a Libra, just keep shit superficial. That's the safest thing for you. Now, Scorpios, it's a love-hate relationship. You understand? You're dealing with somebody you know that can take it to some angle, take it to some places. That's the only benefit, because the rest of the motherfuckers think they got something. They think they get it, but they have no fucking clue. You know, it's explosive and corrosive. They get set up in their own trap. They'll try to get you and they'll fucking lose their own job. Anyway, 9, Sagittarius, the motherfucker, you talk so much. You can't shut the fuck up, especially Sagittarian women. That's the real complaint that I have about those motherfuckers. Sagittarian males, you could kind of deal with the talking, especially if they're in the role of motherfucker paying you for your time, paying you for your services, paying you for a gig or whatever. So they just want to have somebody to fucking expand philosophies with and listen to their bullshit, listen to their inflated ego. You understand what I'm saying? That's the Sagittarius. But to the gist of it, I'm not going to complicate this shit. Now, the Capricorn, watch out for the Capricorn, because the Capricorn can be that all-around street motherfucker that's cold and goddamn for the love of my name. I always had that shit, but goddamn be the one to say you out to the motherfucking man. Because they like justice and they like order. So they're living in two worlds. You understand? They can handle that street shit. But at the same time, if they get pinched, are they willing to sacrifice you to the man? Because they got a secret desire that they want to be cops or military or government officials. You understand? You got to think about that, because the Capricorns like prestige. Oh, yes, they do. Yes, they do. Now, let's get to the Aquarians real quick. That's the networker. That's the scientist. That's the one that goddamn can analyze shit perfectly, because they don't get attached to it based off of their moon signs and planet activations and house activations. They're also good with animals. They just like to just fucking just la la la, and they're stuck in their state of mind. But I'm gonna tell you, the Aquarian women, oh my fucking God, I've met some beautiful women that I probably never would have had a chance to get, but these motherfuckers, they're so fair, they're so that you could get a badass chick in the bed, man. It's you learn how to work an Aquarian. Yes, sir. Next, and last but not least, Pisces. God service worker or the insane in the membrane. We'll leave Pisces alone because something has to be a mystery. And then maybe later on I'll flip some cards. Peace.